welcome to our next session of the QGIS Plugged In Open Day. We're going to be talking about going from a hackathon to a QGIS plugin, and we have some amazing speakers.
I am Natalia Cardenas. I am one of the members of the Waplugin team, so I'm really glad for being invited to share my journey during the Wapper Hackathon. So my presentation will be from Wapper Hackathon to QGIS plugins. So first of all, the Waplugin team, we are a young international team from several countries around the world, from Colombia, Tunisia, Zambia, India. Currently, we are 4 people, 2 women and 2 men working on this project. The Waplugin team was formed during the Wapper Hackathon, so we didn't know each other before the hackathon, and we met during this event. The team members were professionals and computer science engineers, so we supported each other for successfully creating an application for the Wapper platform. So the Wapper Hackathon was divided into 2 phases. During the phase 1, we have to define a challenge and a solution. Also, the Wapper Hackathon was divided into 3 main themes. We selected the big data for water management, in which we have to create a connection between the Wapper data to help large-scale policymakers, river basin authorities, large irrigation schemes, big industries, among others. So we identified that the main challenge was that the water data, mainly from agricultural purposes, is incomplete and difficult to access and integrate with the processing software. To overcome this challenge, we propose a solution to provide an easy access for Wapper data, creating a user-friendly feature to support water management decisions. So based on that, we create, or our idea was to creating a water accounting and productivity plugin based on Wapper data for QGIS platform that we named the Waplugin. That means water accounting and productivity plugin. So this tool will bring Wapper data to QGIS, and also it has the capacity of calculating water accounting and productivity indicators that will help to the decision making in the agricultural sector. So the indicators are going to be calculated by the plugin. So the plugin will bring some data sets from the Wapper catalog. So as can be seen in the image and in the explanation that Hans made before, Wapper brings together some water parameters and some data sets like gross biomass, actual evapotranspiration, precipitation. So this will be applied by the plugin to calculate the indicators. So some of the indicators that we are going to calculate is the overall consume ratio, the depleted fraction, the overall field application ratio, and the crop water productivity to see how the irrigation, the water management in the irrigation scheme. So the concept development. So we wanted that the plugin brings the data from Wapper portal to QGIS and allow that the data can be used for further processing in this software. Also, the connection that is going to be made by the plugin between Wapper and QGIS is going to be established with the Wapper application program interface API service. The plugin will provide an interface for calculating water accounting indicators based on Wapper datasets. And the indicators will support users by generating maps and reports for further assessment and evaluation. So till this point was the phase 1 of the Wapper Hackathon. So we present our idea and the juries like it, and we made it for the second phase, in which we work on the application development. So as can you see in the image, this is the workflow of the plugin. So the plugin has two main features, the Wapper catalog and the indicators calculator. For the Wapper catalog, the user will select which dataset he wants to bring to QGIS. And also it has to introduce some input data like the localization, date, and resolution, among others. And the plugin will bring that dataset, that specific dataset, to the QGIS canvas. For the second feature, that is the indicators calculator. So first, the user has to select which indicator he wants to compute. Then he has to introduce some input data like the localization, date, resolution, among others. And if it is required by that specific indicator, also the user has to introduce some other input data. Based on that, the plugin will calculate the indicator by itself, and then it will create a map that will bring it into the QGIS canvas. So the plugin will be working like a bridge between Wapper and QGIS, as I mentioned before, through the API service of Wapper. The indicators computations will be done entirely by the plugin, and in some cases, it will require extra information from the user, as I mentioned before. And the results will be shown as a map that will be added as a raster layer in the QGIS canvas. So based on this, we made a market research for looking the impact of the plugin in the QGIS community and the WAR professionals that will be our potential users. So a survey was done in which the majority of the respondents have a medium level using QGIS and have a professional background related with the water sector. Some of the results were that the 80% of the survey respondents see that the WAP plugin could support them in their tasks. Also, users are mostly looking for a user-friendly interface, and users are not willing to pay for the tool license. So taking this into account, we create our business model. So as we saw before in the results of the market research, users are not willing to pay for a license. So we have to see which other funds we can have for this project. So the WAP plugin will raise funds through consultation fees, trainings, investors, cooperating partner funding, and WAP plugin tailor-made products. Also, we identified that the cost of running and developing the plugin will include market research, international campaigns, the research and development of the plugin, and subsequent add-ons. So for being able to find some funds and get to know to the users, to the users of our plugin, the WAP plugin team will run promotional webinars, MEPI hours, virtual launch parties from individual users, planned pitch meetings, and networking with potential funders and investors. For the validation and improvements of the plugin, testers will be recruited from social media to obtain feedback for each version release. So it is really important to us the feedback that the users can give to us to just change or improve or see if our proposal is working properly. So this is a really important part for the validation of our plugin. Also, we create a profile in GitHub. We create a page in which we have our entire script. So this gives access to the open source community to the project, allowing a potential and exponential growth. And lastly, improvements and maintenance will be done periodically by the WAP plugin team to ensure the proper functioning of the plugin. Some limitations that we identify is that, as it was mentioned by Hans, the Wapper and in the video, the Wapper platform for now it just works for or have data for Africa and Middle East. So, and the plan is to keep growing their coverage to many other countries and continents. So as the Wapper platform keeps growing, the WAP plugin also will keep growing with their coverage line. Yes. So thank you so much for your attention and your invitation. This was a really exciting experience for us. We didn't meet each other before, so we learned a lot of things. We have a lot of backgrounds, and we just make this work, and we create the WAP plugin. So we are still working on this, and we are really happy to share this experience with you. Also, we are starting with our social media, so you can follow us in LinkedIn, in Twitter, and Facebook.